Goodness me. So embarrassed. I really am. Let's hope. Right, the sound's on. Sorry about this, guys. Honestly, I really am. What a shit show. Best of it is, I feel so stressed out as well. It's unbelievable. I feel more stressed out than if I was getting stopped out. It's awful. Obviously, you just want things to go right, don't you? And I say myself, I'm not very good with computers and stuff like that, but I think what's happening is my my desktop doesn't like the OBS software. I've never had a problem with it yet. Never. With all my trading stuff, everything like that, it's been absolutely brilliant. I run normally like multiple screens, also all sorts of stuff. Embarrassment, yeah. Look at my red cheeks. It's awful, terrible. Feel really embarrassed about it, but never had a problem with anything trading related. And obviously, this is all new to me. This OBS software is and stuff, and it just doesn't seem to like it. As soon as I plug it in, like now it's saying excellent connection, but I don't know how long that'll stop for. Now, if it happens again, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. I might have to go and I've got a little office down my wife's shop, so I go down there sometimes, and I might have to get set up back down there again. No, I didn't get a cup of tea, Matty, no, because I was trying to work out what the hell was going on with the computer, so I still got a dry mouth, to be fair. So let me just, there's nothing happening here. I don't want to get involved in this short. This balance is too big for me to just be selling. Like, you know, like, I don't know if you've seen my strategy where, like, I will sell the lows sometimes. I will, like, this candle here is potentially of interest to me at 9.10. But do you really, like, this, it's the probabilities of trading, isn't it? Again, like, do you really want to be, what the fuck is going on again? This is ridiculous. Why is it doing this to me today? Why not do a Zoom call or something, mate? Run a screen record program at the same time to upload YouTube to later. You might be right, you know. It's giving me bad yellow signs again, and I'm not sure why. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know what I've done wrong. That nobody's using any more data. Everything's turned off in the house, so it looks like it's slowing down again, which I'm so sorry. Let me just see what's going on with the stream. It says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Okay, yeah, that's cool, right? But why is that any different than the other days? Because it's only done it once before. Am I okay now? One hour loss on the cup of tea, shocking. So let me just tell you again, right? I can't even see myself freaking moving. It's all good my end, Jason. I really am sorry, honestly. Seems fine. Good. Right. Okay. Good. Right. Brilliant. Okay. Somebody let me know if it starts going funny again, though, please. So let me just tell you why I aren't selling the lows this time on the DAX. Right. Now I will. If this balance is tighter, you know, selling these lows here is acceptable to me probably as a trade. But when the balance is huge, there's far more chance of a reversal than a trend day. Now, if we had real risk off this morning coming into the day, right, and I'm talking about real risk off, I think we would have just opened drives and straight lined a lot further down, probably down to like maybe even 1500, then pulled back into the American session, and then on this pullback here as we turn over, that's when I'm looking to get short on days like today. Now, the big balance puts me off just hitting the lows here. I just think you're gonna get your stop felt. I really do. You're gonna, you know, like it's two-way trade, isn't it? Like we broke the bottom of balance, and it just looks like it's a bit two-way to me. I would have much preferred a straight line out, real volatility, proper risk off coming into the market. People, you know, wanting to sell, you know, like lows, and you see the market just straight lining. Then on that pullback, if that pullback's weak, then you could probably say, right, we've got a big balance. It seems like it's proper risk off. You know, I'm gonna try and get short as we roll over on this pullback. But for me today, I think there's a higher chance of like us going back into this balance and messing around a little bit. Now, if we get to the American market open and we start rolling over out of balance again, I will try and get short then. But for video isn't smooth at the moment, but it's definitely manageable. I really do apologise. I'm sorry. I hope it catches up. So that's about it, really. But that's what I mean, right? So the Bitcoin strategy, let's just go back to that quickly while the stream's working. Now, the indicators that I've used on it, you might think are crazy. Now, I'll give you the ins and outs. I'll give you the ins and outs of the strategy itself, just so you can look. But what my point was that no matter what indicators you put on to give you an entry, as long as the stop and the exit are small enough, all you're doing is framing the market to say, right, above the balance, I'm going to go long. Below the balance, I'm going to go short. So you can use Donchian channels, you can use Bollinger Bands, you could use moving averages, you could use even a MACD to give you an entry, and anything. But all you're trying to do is get a pullback. Don't trade the first leg out. You were looking for a pullback, and then you're going to go long, and you're just going to hold all month. Because on the months that you get expansion, and all, you know, like the average true range of Bitcoin, as I said earlier, is 8,000. If you can get into a Bitcoin trade with like a 500 tick or a 500 point stop, and you think the candle's going to expand the monthly, and you're in the right flow of that expansion, all you got to do is sit there. You don't even need to trade again unless you get stopped out. That's it. So that's what I try and do, and that's just all I try and do on the DAX, really. That's it in a nutshell. Any indicators work in the right context, any of them do, but it's about giving yourself, you know, a plan that will put you in the right context of monthly flow. That's it. Or daily flow on the DAX. That's it. You know, that's all I'm trying to do, is just jump on that flow. And when the flow's not there, you know, like you're not interested, and when it looks like it could be, then all you need is an entry. So indicators just give you an entry. You know, and that's it, basically. So I'm not saying that it's the indicators that are making the strategy. The context of the strategy is that average true range 8,000. You know, you're expecting expansion of that monthly candle. That's your context. Then you're trying to get into the market with a reduced stop, an acceptable risk the trade right, and hold your winners and get out your losers. And as long as you keep putting yourself on the right side of flow, eventually, you know, like you might get stopped out 1, 2, 3, 4 times, but if you make a 5-hour winner, you know, or you hold for even longer, you know, you do your back testing yourselves. Like, this is what this is what I don't want to do. I don't want to just hand feed people stuff that I've seen, because you might see something better than me. Like, what the context that I'm giving you is the real strategy. It's not the indicators that are making the money. It's using them in the right context, right? So it's not you know, the Donchian channel or the Bollinger Band or the MACD that's making anybody money. It's not. It's putting them in the right context, and giving yourself the best chances that if you jump on a trade and it goes your way, you're going to hold it and you're going to make money. The money comes from holding the trade and not messing the risk up and executing it properly. That's what the money comes from. It doesn't come from what indicator you use. Like, they all work in the right context. All of them do. So if you understand that, so let's just say we could throw in a moving average on here, right? Okay. So let me just show you how I'd be looking at it. So if you were trading these moving averages here, you could say, right, okay, so once we get below the bottom of the monthly balance on Bitcoin, the first day of the month, once we get below it, I'm not going to trade it until I've seen them all cross over and then cross over again, and then I'm going to get short. So you leave the market here. This is your pullback. Here's your entry around here, and you leave it. Just leave it alone, right? Okay. On this one, you would have been stopped out. Now on this one, let's look at this. So we break through the top of balance. These indicators all mean a pushing out. You're not trading it, by the way, until you get the break of all of them cross on the downside, which gives you your pullback. Okay. You could argue that you might have got long there and you would have been stopped out, but then on this one here, you could argue that you would be long. Now, if you put your stop beneath this low and you just hold all month, don't touch it, just leave it. Now, I know for a fact that up here, that crossover will have made you about 5R. If you'd put 5R into your trade and you'd cashed in at 5R here, you're done. That's it. That's it for the month. That's all you're looking for every month, is expansion of the monthly candle. Once it's happened and once it's hit its ATR for the month, or it's within 10 or 20% of it, cash out, leave it. But it's like one entry, looking for the flow. You're trying to jump on board it. You know, sometimes you can be wrong here on this pullback and you can get stopped out, and sometimes you can be wrong here on this pullback and you can get stopped out. You would have been short here and it would have stopped you out. But the ones that work, the ones that run, if you just hold them and take profit anything above 5R, you'll make money over the course of the year doing it, because I've back tested it. Now I didn't use that. I used a Donchian channel on mine, a 20 period Donchian channel. So have a look at that. I back tested it, and don't get me wrong, right? It had a lot of losing trades, but on 3% risk, I think it made 60%. The Donchian channel one did over the course of from January the 1st to September the 1st. I back tested that properly. It had a lot of 1R losers, a lot of them. But when you obviously went into a profit and you held to 5R, you only need like 1 or 2 trades a month. There was some break evens when what had gone into 2R and come back and you'd taken profit at 2R. But over the course of the month, 60%. Over the course of the year, 60%. That's how much it made. It never had a losing streak. I don't think the losing streak was ever more than 6 losers in a row. So that's how I look at the markets. That's the context I try and put into place every day with the DAX. And it doesn't matter what indicators you use, right? You can use any indicator. It could be a MACD, as I've said, anything. Put them in the right context. Try and reduce your stop size so that, you can clearly see, can't you, here, that if you're getting short in this run here, yeah, and you get stopped out, you're looking for flow to the downside here on Bitcoin. Why? Well, because we're below the balance. We've gone down. We've had a leg down. We've popped back up. Now we're rolling over again. Now, if you put your stop above this high here, the market clearly tells you that once it gets back into the balance day, yeah, and we go into balance, we're probably not going to go down again. It's telling you. So your stops, mechanically, your stop was in the correct place from a market structure perspective. Now, if we were going to expand lower here, yeah, it would have been a great trade for you. Stops in the right place, fantastic. So it's all about using market sort of highs and lows and putting your stop in the correct place, where if you get stopped out, you're wrong. You're wrong, and you've accepted the risk before that trade. You've risked it, right? And you just hold. And that's what I try and do. Morning. You sound just like Paul Hollywood. Paul Hollywood. Does he that baker dude? I'm not as grey as him, I hope, Angela. Morning, Angela, by the way. How you doing? So let me just get off this now. Let's get back to the DAX. But I will go through these spreadsheets with you another day when I'm not as I haven't got as much going on. I need to be looking at the DAX really with what's going on and stuff. So let me just get back onto that and see what's going on with it. What I might do though, guys, I think what I might do is I might get a video and do a video of that DAX Bitcoin strategy. So I'm actually going to do it on a video so that you can look at it, and I'll go through all the pointers with it, and I'll show you which indicators I've used, how I've used them, and go into it, rather than jumping from the DAX to Bitcoin and Bitcoin back and doing it in bits and drabs and having live trade, because the market's live now, isn't it? So I need to be watching it really. But I'll do a video, just a 10-minute video going through it, and I will show you on that video. I will put the spreadsheet on of the trades that it's taken, and the wins that it's made, and the losses that I've made, so that you can see the sequences of them, and you can see the spreadsheet on the screen. I think that'd be good, because then you can see what I'm getting at with it, and see how it trades. And then obviously you can look at it, you can back test it yourself. But what I'm saying to you is, don't just take my strategy and think that you can, you're going to trade it and make money. And why do I say that? Because you might come up with something better than me. Your eyes might see a different way of doing it that's better than mine, and sometimes my analysis will corrupt you into thinking you've got to do it this way, but you haven't. See what's good for you, take the bits that work, and if anything doesn't work, get rid of it, throw it away. I'm not saying that I'm the best trader in the world. I'm not, and I hope that you do find something good from it, and if you do, send it me. That's all I'm saying. Help me out. But I'll do a video on it. I will do, because I think it'd be good. And it's a mechanical edge, and you can employ them mechanical edges in anything. They work with all sorts. They work with oil. I use on the oil market, if you're looking at that, my strategy works very well with oil. It does. I make money, but the win rate's bad with it. So I would have 9 or 10 losing days of 1R on the trot, but then on the days that I smash it, it would be 16, 17R in a day. Now, I just, like on the 8th or 9th day of losing money, you just sort of, it drives me mad. And they're triggers for me. So, but if you can use an initial balance on oil, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. UK time, and you can trade, wait for the market to take the leg out of the balance, wait for a pullback, and then you can jump on, flow to the upside or downside with a smaller stop than you would have by just trading the breakout of balance on its own, you can get fantastic risk reward on them trades when they go, because oil's very trendy once it goes. It really does go, it lets loose. You can have some huge days, but you've got to be prepared to hold your winners, and that's the key to any strategy, really, isn't it? Clickbaity title for your Bitcoin video and it'll do numbers. Ads. You're probably right, dude. Yeah, with me on there with like a daft video of me like looking all confused how they do it, because that's what they do, innit, these YouTubers. They have like a really confused video like day trader loses 5,000 and he's like pulling a stupid face on it, like as if like like fucking hell. I hate that type of shit. I do. It drives me mad. It really does. Let's get into it, right? I've seen some shit this weekend, some absolutely unbelievable stuff. And I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday about trying to clean this industry up. Like trying to clean the industry up. We need to clean it up. And by doing this honest stream, for me, that's what I'm trying to do. Now, I'm not going to get into calling anybody out who I think's fake or who isn't trading or who isn't doing anything like that, but it's just so depressing to think that anybody that's struggling on Twitter, like you see all these huge accounts, right? None of them have got any statements, broker statements, any proven type of results. None of them. So you can go onto someone's freaking website who's got thousands and thousands of followers. Right, okay, so I want him to teach me how to trade. Let's have a look, see how he's done. How's his performance? Nothing. Nowhere. What? So why are you... and it drives me mad. The people with the biggest accounts, this is how I see it happens, right? The people with the biggest accounts, follower-wise, and I'm not calling anybody out, they don't dare to trade live because they've got so many followers that if they look like they can't trade, they feel like they'll lose their followers. But that tells me something, right? That tells me something about them. Because if you're afraid of losing your followers, then you're definitely afraid of losing your money by trading. So that tells me that you're probably not trading big size if you're not prepared to call an entry and an exit with a trade live on Twitter in front of all your followers because you're afraid of looking like a twat, right? And we all lose, but you must be afraid because you don't do it. You will be afraid of losing money, which means that you can't trade. I'm telling you now. And I see it all over. There's loads of these little groups that like constantly retweet each other, and it's all for like referrals. Like I saw like Friday there was loads of people in these big lists like, oh, follow Friday. Well, why? Why should I follow you? What are you giving me? What are you actually helping me with my trading with? I've never seen you do any education. I've not shown you ever. You've not ever like shown me how you trade, what indicators you use, what gets you into the market, what gets out of it. Yes, you do a plan, or but this is the best, isn't it? Like people will like plan trades out or whatever and say, oh, I think this is going to go there, and then when it goes there, they do a victory lap. But then when they get stopped out, it's like, oh, never got my entry trigger, never got triggered into the trade. Nice one, mate. Well done. Well, that's fucking helped me out, hasn't it? Because I got in on your plan and I've done my arse. But this is how the 99% of Twitter accounts do this, and they're all into it. Like there's a Bitcoin guy the other day, not a massive account but a smaller one, but he's all about like referrals and stuff like that. It's like, well, call a trade, man. Let's see what you've got. What are you afraid of? Give us an entry and exit and a stop. Tell me what you're looking at. And nobody's helping anybody. Everybody's just helping themselves. It's like, follow me. I want to take your money off you. Give me an entry. Give me an exit. Let's see what you're made of. And like I said to you, I was speaking to a big guy the other day and I hope he does it. He's on about trying to clean the industry up, and I hope he does it because there's loads of people out there who are earning lots of money who I don't even think they trade. I really don't. And they're certainly not helping anybody. Not helping anybody but themselves. They really aren't. So I think we should get something going. We should get a hashtag going or something like that. Help, ban the plan and let's all do execution. Because at the end of the day, what's everybody afraid of? If you have a losing trade or a losing week, I'll have a losing week this week probably. It's a part and parcel of trading. Yeah, everybody's so afraid of it, and I think that's why, because they've got these big followings. They daren't slip up, because people will be jumping on the back, calling them stupid, saying they can't trade, stuff like that. But why be afraid of that? Why be afraid of that? Because for me, it would be the ultimate sort of selling angle, wouldn't it? Like, here's my portfolio. I've made this much money. I can trade £1 million, and I can make this much money every month, or this much percentage. And people, if that was me and I was starting to look into trading, I would buy their education, because obviously they proved to me that they can do it. And I'm not talking about on an MT4 scam account, by the way. I think the only way that you can really verify a trader's result is by if they do it live on Twitter, live, or video it live. Because I know that people that can Photoshop everything. Loads of shit can be Photoshopped. They can have technology to even alter broker statements and things that you see on the screen. So call it live. Let's see what you're made of. And I'm not saying that I'm Paul Tudor Jones, because I'm not. And I will probably have a losing week this week, because I didn't hold out for my 9R winner with 50% of my profit. I could end up even lower. I'm at 3208 today, and I could be at 29 on Friday. And I've got no credibility for anything. But at least if you're selling something, let's show, at least show people that you can trade. And I'm not talking plan something out. I'm talking entries and exits and what you're doing with the trade, how you're managing it, just for a week or two. Let's see what you're made of. And if you can do it, brilliant. You'll make even more money. You'll make amazing money. Your education will go through the roof. So I'm not saying that people shouldn't pay for education. That's not what I'm getting at. But if you're paying for education of someone who can't prove he's ever traded, never shown you an account that he's ran up, never showed you any sort of how he gets into the market, what he's looking at, so you can even see if it you might be interested in it, but you're still expected to pay however much to be included in whatever they're doing. I just think it's all, forget it for me. And I might sound like I'm coming across bitter or negative or something like that, but maybe I am, because I've been in rooms in the past where people do this. I have. Like, I subscribe to Northman Trader. I don't know if any of you know him. Northman Trader. What a scam artist that guy is. He's got like nearly 1 million subscribers, I think, on Twitter. And I was in his room for like 2 years, in 2013 to 2015. I was in his room and I was struggling like fuck. I really was. I was getting stopped out all the time. He seemed to be able to get into the trades. The ones that had run where I'd been stopped out, he would all of a sudden like enter the market dead quick, and like he wasn't even trading. He was just like saying on Twitter, enter, stop, exit all the time, like enter here. You get stopped out, and he would be in the market, like 20 pips before you all the time. And like you would see his entry and be like, well, how has that worked out that it's 20 pips lower now? Like, and then you'd take the trade 20 pips lower and you'd get stopped out, and then he'd still be, it was all dead fishy. Now this guy, he's never published anything. He's never shown anything. I think he's on CNBC though, and he's never proven he can trade. He must be making thousands of pounds from educational services and people that are paying him to be in his room. And he's never traded live, ever. Like nothing. Try getting the FCA to verify. Yeah, exactly. They're not interested. They're not interested. But I think that's what we should all be doing as traders. We should be actively, because there's loads of new people that are involved in this industry, loads of them. And I feel sorry for them, because obviously it was a shit show when I come into it. It really was. But now, with all the crypto stuff that's going on, it's like unbelievable. It's like such a massive big swamp of crap. It is unbelievable. Finally had WB Trading vid on YouTube. Hey guys. Oh god, that guy is the worst. I've been into that guy, haven't I? He's got full spreadsheets, he has. Backtested them myself. They were all wrong. And then he went silent on me after I'd paid the money for his course. But good luck, I actually paid it with my Amex. So I sent him an email that they were going to do a chargeback on him. I got my money back. What a mug. Yeah, he's always popping up on YouTube. Awful. It makes me sad. It really does. Because I would like it to be, like I've said it before, if you go to college and someone shows you how to build a wall, that guy can build, like he can do it. You can see it with your own eyes. He's doing it live in front of you. You can watch him doing it. You can pick up tips off him, and that's how you learn. But this trading thing, especially with Twitter and stuff like that, and all the companies that sell you stuff, they aren't doing it live. None of them are. None of them show you anything. After Effects are driving around in Lamborghini Urises and Rolls Royces, and they've never had a live account shown. I think they did it for 3 months, where it was obscene risk for that 3 months. So they made all right money. The risk was all over the place. I looked at it, and I knew for a fact that they'd obviously had multiple goes at it. I think they were on it for like 2 months, and they were obviously on a hot run. Made quite a bit of money by just risking ridiculous amounts. I think some of the risk on the trades was like 10%. And you think to yourself, right, okay, how many goes have you had at that? This is just the one that's paid off for you, so you're publishing it. And so you go there and you listen to the shit that they talk, and they're talking about, oh, you've got to take your risk, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, get your risk right. Risk is always important. And then you look at the live account that they're trying to prove that they can trade with, and they're taking 10% or 15% risk on a trade. It's like, what? Get real, man. Shut up. He lives in the Hilton Tower on Deansgate. Who does, Ed? Let me see. Who are we talking about, Ed? Tell me. I like that Hilton at Deansgate, Me and my wife go there. It's good. It's a nice hotel, to be fair. No, mate. So look, video recording of the screens are very, 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 very scammy too. The reason is people can show you what they want to, can't they? So how many times have they had a go at trading that trade, and then obviously having a bad day and they've not shown you, and then the good days they'll publish it as a video. So for me, I would need to be in a room with somebody that's calling live trades, live entries and exits. That's it, for over a month or two, and seeing what they do. Basically, I think that's the only way that you can really see if somebody can trade. And everybody that I've ever done that with, I've only done it with a few people, to be fair. I'm not saying I've done it with loads of people, but nobody's ever proven to me that they can. So it's just tough. It really is. See, we look like we could have a potential short setting up here, but I am a little bit worried about this balance. It doesn't look like it's going down that much, does it, to you really at this point in time? It looks like it's all a bit of a chop fest and consolidation, really. Let's just see what happens. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens, but for me, I think I'm going to stay out of it this morning. I would much prefer to try and catch the turn, like let the market go down, and then if we set up with a turn into the US session, I'll try and jump on that flow there. But for me, it just doesn't scream like it's going down that much, does it? What I mean by that is, obviously, risk off morning, all the stuff about Evergrande, like why are we still messing around here? And I'm not saying we can't just shit the bed now and go down. We can, obviously. But you just got to be careful. Got to be careful here. The big balance is just telling me that we could spend just a little bit of time messing around, and we might not do. We might just shit the bed. But for me, I'm just going to keep my powder dry for the moment and see what happens going into the American session. At what point would you enter a trade today, Mark? Right. So we need a deeper leg. We need a bigger leg out of balance, really. Because my base case today is we just chop around here. We could go and break these lows here, but then that's going to mean we just chop and chop, and then I think as we approach the American session, we could maybe get a pullback. We're down 477 points at the moment on the Dow. We've broken a big level, so I am bearish definitely, and I do want to jump on some flow. But for me, the DAX, it's just not doing how I thought it would do. I thought we'd just clean break of balance here. I thought rather than this sort of sideways downwards, I thought we'd just go straight down, and then we're looking for like a pullback and then go down again. for me, it just doesn't scream like it's getting a shit the bed. So on days when I'm a little bit confused and I'm not quite seeing stuff, Dave, I will just stand aside. Got to have the discipline. Sierra, you're expecting a bounce. Yeah. Well, I don't know about a bounce, but I just think maybe we could just have a like a real shallow sort of consolidation where we could even maybe break these lows here, but we could just keep on just messing around a little bit. So probably short it, yeah. Yeah, mate, that's it, yeah. Get short. I don't think it's an acceptable trade, really. If I was getting short here, though, I don't think I'd want to have my stop here in 94s. For me, if I'm getting short here, it's going to have to go up here. Because with a big balance, you could still chop around here and you could still be right. You could get stopped out and still be right on the trade, and we could go lower. So I would have to have my stop above here. So you're asking, you know, you're going to be looking at a 78 pip or tick stop, which is a big stop, especially with the big balance that we've already got, you know, with the average ATR. And I know there's context in the market, which means we could have a bigger ATR at the end of the, you know, like we could really get off today, definitely. But I think I'd prefer to try and pick one out just before the American session opens up. But yeah, I won't be buying it, Nils. No way, no, not for me, not for me, no chance. I'll try a short beneath the balance, definitely, but there's no buying for me. I just don't like selling lows either. You know, like, it's tough, isn't it? I would much prefer the pullback to, you know, like for us to go lower, as I keep saying, and then just as we turn there, then sell. I don't like selling lows, I really don't. So, just got to be careful. Do you trade gold? No, I don't, Aidan, no. But again, there is an initial balance on gold at 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. UK time. Have a look at it, see if it makes sense to you. See if you can trade the flow above and below it. Borneo native trader. Yeah, I am. So for me, you're right? So aren't you afraid of going short when the market is already going down that far? It might do a correction and hit your stop loss before going back down. Yeah, and that's always the case of any trade, isn't it? Like, you know, you don't know that, you know, like you can still be right and have a stop and get stopped out, and then obviously the market can go lower and stop you out after stopping you out. That can happen with any trade on any day, obviously. But for me, it's about putting your stop somewhere where the market's going to have to prove to you that you're potentially wrong on your idea. So let's just look at this, right? If I put my stop here, yeah, and I'm getting short here on this candle, you're right what you're saying. The market could go up, stop me out, and then it could still be below balance and turn, and you know I could have made money, but I'm stopped out and I've lost money in the markets. I've been right about my idea. So what I'm saying to you is my stop's going to have to go here on this swing high. Now the reason is that I would accept that if it's got above this high, it's got comfortable above this high here, and it's pushed into balance, that the idea of a down day is probably not there. Okay, so that's why my stops would have to go here rather than here on this sort of run. Now, if this looked more bearish and we were really pushing lower and this one had gone down, then I would probably put my stop above here if I was trying to get short. So it's about just judging the correct place of stop placement. That's what it's about every time you do it. I am more, you know, I look at stop placement, that's critical to making money to me. If my stop's wrong, I can still be right and then I'm still going to lose money. Now for me, rather than trying to pinpoint the exact entry, you know, and being bothered about getting a fight in between 5 or 10 ticks off your entry, you want your stop to be correct. That is the main thing for me. Position size and stop placement are the key. When you get a day that just goes your way all day, the profits take care of themselves. You don't have to worry about it. They will take care of themselves. Your stop placement is the key. You have to get that right. Colin, being great again. Thanks for all you're doing for all those real traders, lads. Yeah, Colin, thank you. I same as say, I'm not doing it to try and, you know, take any bloody guru money off anybody or anything like that, but I was just basically bored, sat at home more than anything. And I spoke to Tom, and Tom said, "Oh, you should get a live stream. You should do it." He said, like, people would find it interesting. So that's what I did. But it's just to try and create a little bit of a community of people. I would like, obviously, to everybody to get involved and be putting their entries and exits on of what they're doing in the market, really, so people can see. See, so for me there, that is an entry, really. I'd be looking at that and thinking, right, okay, we've taken this low out here. I potentially get short there. But with the big balance, I'm going to leave it and I'm going to wait until we go into the American session. just to see what happens in between that period from 12:30 till 2:30 and see where we are at that point. Because you haven't got to trade, have you, guys? This is the thing. It's about knowing when you're most likely. Probability of making money is important to me. Like if I can't see that I've got a probable outcome of making money on a day, I will probably not trade, because obviously that's what we're all here for, isn't it? It's not about just trading for the sake of trading. You've got to put yourself in the right positions where you're going to be able to make money. So that's what I try and do every day. But I've got no qualms with not trading. Don't bother about it at all. Don't feel pressured to ever getting into a trade and making money on a Monday morning, because you've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday yet, haven't you? And like last week, I made the money on the Friday after being patient all week, so I could steam in here and obviously take the punt, but there's just a few things that are putting me off, as I've said. Right, Angela, what's going on? Took an oil short today, trade from WP, looking for DS1 and WS1, target 1 done. Brilliant. Can you explain that for everybody, Angela? What's WP and DS1 and WS1? Thank you, if you don't mind. Joshua Lee, bear flag. This is a bear flag. Now, I know what you're seeing, Josh, but for me, it lacks the momentum. Like these sort of retracements here are what are worrying me. Like I like a bear flag to be tight and aggressive. Like straight line down, very, very tight consolidation, and then the next leg goes. This for me, this is just like a bit choppy, bit worrying. So, is that what you mean, Josh? Bear flag? Like what you're doing, love it, thank you. TD. Weekly pivot, and I meant DS2. Take profit, one hit. Awesome, Angela. Brilliant. Nice to start Monday morning off with a win. ST, is this the guy that Dante is shilling? Is he the one that will start and journal with 3k? Yeah, that's me, dude. But I don't think Tom's shilling me. There's no guru stuff here, mate, just honesty. So if that's what you're here for, great. But if not, you're welcome to go and watch somebody else at the end of the day. But I ain't shilling nothing. I'm sorry. So, yeah, that's me. Do you hold any crypto long-term, Mark? No, I don't, mate. No, I did do. I haven't managed to get in. I was waiting for the 24k to get hit. Never got a fill. We just sort of poked below 30, didn't we? And then smashed back up. ST, you're welcome to open a live account up yourself, bud. Show us your live trades, bro. You're welcome to do that anytime, and I will tune in and watch. Do you fancy it? Are you up to it? Probably not. Looking for a long on silver and Aussie dollar. No trigger just yet. To me, the bear flag was before the IB. Okay, let's have a look at that. Yes. All right, I see that. I do see that. Yeah. You get this leg down here, and then this is the bear flag here. So this is the thing. Like with this one, you're like you're not in the proper trading hours, are you? See, if I was trading that bear flag there, I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably would have been hitting it here, and my stop would have been there, and I probably would have got stopped out first time. And then as we got beneath that low there and had another go here, and put my stop above there, I would probably have hit it there again, and that would have been a winner for me. But I see what you're seeing now. It does look like that. Let's try some proper guru stuff and see if this move is a measured move with this leg down. Let's see if it's completed. Yeah, I'll say yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not interested in getting short. Yeah, man, ST, I'm not saying I'm going to double the account. Honestly, I really aren't. He has called me a ledge, but we're good friends, me and Tom are. He's not trying to shill me. I am genuine friends of him, genuinely, and I don't mean that like in a guru way or anything like that. I am a genuine friend of his. Like, you know, we go out for drinks and dinner and stuff like that, and actually talk about other stuff than trading and have a laugh. I speak to him loads. I speak to him probably more than I speak to my wife. I speak to him every day, multiple times. But he's a funny guy. And we just enjoy having banter. We're not, you know, like, there's no shilling going on. I promise you, there isn't. I'm a genuine friend of his, genuine, and I think he's a really good guy. But yeah, he's not trying to shill me, and I'm not saying I'm going to double this account. I've said to Tom it's either zero or hero. I might lose it all. Seriously, who knows? Like I obviously make money. I've done for, you know, X amount of years now, but this could all change. This could all just go tits up. I'm not saying it's going to go to $5,000 or 10 grand. I'm just going to see what happens, and I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. I'm not. You know, like my goal for me is to just like, I don't want to be a guru. I don't want to be one of these guys that's selling education. You know what I'm saying? Like, who is on the internet selling stuff to people. I want to be the best trader. That's my goal. I don't want to sell anything to anybody. I want to, you know, like if somebody said to me like, oh, I've seen your YouTube, you know, like you can trade. How about you come down to London, you know, and trade with me? If somebody said that to me, or I got picked up by somebody, you know, and they give me a certain amount of money or something like that to trade with, I would love something like that. So I'm doing it for them types of reasons. I'm not doing it for to sell anybody something. No, that doesn't resonate with me as a person. I couldn't sleep at night time knowing I got 100 people or however much, 10, that I was charging money for to learn how to trade or to give them signals or some type of service, and I wasn't trading myself. That would, you know, like, what you're gonna do? You're gonna go to your deathbed after spending 10 years doing that or 20 years doing that and feel like you've just frauded a load of people. Like, that does not resonate with me as a person. I want to be like, you know, when I look back on my life, I want to think, you know what, like, yeah, you know, like I was a good trader. I was. Like, that's what everything's been leading to for me. 11 years of hard graft to be the best, to be one of the best, and I'm not going to deny that. I do want to be one of the best. I really do. But I'm not trying to sell people something. That doesn't resonate with me. I want to be the best. That's what I want to be. Now, you might think that's pie in the sky, and like, this guy's never going to amount to nothing, and I might not do, but I'm going to have a damn good go at it. And, you know, if I can, the first steps for me are obviously trading a live account in front of other people, and if positive things come from that, you know, and it leads to bigger opportunities down the line for me, then great, I will take them, definitely, and I'll keep everybody informed. But for me, I want to be the best. I do. So that's it. I do want to be the best. And I don't want to sell anybody anything. I want to be the best, and obviously, I'm not saying like I'm going to be Paul Tudor Jones, but just be a good day trader. You know, like, when I hear these stories of like Nav, who Tom traded next to and stuff like that, that's what gets me going. You know, that guy howled all day, a massive position, millions of pounds, and he went to bed at night time and woke up the next day and he was up even more money. These are the types of stories that resonate with me. These are the types of stories that get me out of bed in the morning. Not selling 10 subscription services on YouTube to somebody and I'm by pretending that I can trade. That does not resonate with me. That's all fake. You know, like that, I'm going to get to the end of my life and think, fuck me, why did I not just have a proper crack at it if I'd done that? Like, what resonates with me is, you know, these guys, these prop guys who are making shitloads of money. They resonate with me. I enjoy watching people like that because I want to learn off people like that. And that thing that Nav did where he's holding and holding and holding and holding, and he's not bothered, he's got millions of pounds on the line and he's holding, and he's just a completely normal person, and he's got an old t-shirt on, and he's buying the Saver sandwiches out of Tesco rather than spending, you know, like the nice sandwiches in Tesco, and he's going for the Saver deals with the yellow tags on it. That resonates with me. That guy, you know, he is a ledge. I would seriously pay good money to go and sit with him in a room for a week or two. I would pay 10 grand, 20 grand maybe, to go sit next door to him in a room, learn off him, because he has been there, he has done that, that's where I want to be as a trader, not selling things on freaking YouTube or you know, through Twitter or FinTwit. So this is just like a first step for me. That's what I'm looking at it, and obviously if good things, opportunities come of it, I'll take them. So that's it basically. Come to London and trade 1 mil account with a 50-50 profit share. That would be nice. That would be nice. Absolutely. As long as you can get a good relationship with the person that's doing it with you, that would be amazing. That is exactly what I'm interested in. Something like that. But the relationship with the person's got to be right. And I assume there's loads of, you know, like lots of people out there that will do that. But, you know, you've got to have the right relationship with someone. Nick, Mark, where are you located? I thought you were in London. No, mate, I'm not in London, Nick. I'm in sunny Stoke-on-Trent, but it's actually Congleton, really. So if you look at, if you go to Cheshire on a map, in between Staffordshire and Cheshire, there's a little town called Congleton. So I'm just to the side of that, in a village called Scholar Green. So have a look at that on a map, Nick. Where are you from, Nick? Don't waste time feeding the trolls and justifying yourself, man. No, I'm not. But obviously, I just like to get into it with them. I'm not like trying. You know, I'm not trying to bite back or anything like that. But I just say to anybody, you know, if you're trying to troll me, come on and trade a live account yourself. I'll tune in. I'll watch you. Do some live trade calls. Let's see what you've got. And then I think that'll probably end it, won't it? So I'm not trying to call any names or anything like that, but you're welcome to jump on here anytime. Sorry. I cannot wait for the film to come out about Now Trader's Ed. Me too. Like, that guy is an absolute ledge. Lost a lot in... Yeah, bad investments. I heard that. Which is a shame, right? Because he's obviously... you know, he's obviously very, very good at his day trading job. But he's obviously a little bit... you know, he's not got his other aspects of his life. He's not taken that trader sort of mindset into all the other little aspects of his life, has he? By the looks of things, because he's obviously so good at the short-term stuff. But then the longer-term stuff like that, he's obviously, you know, giving all that money up to somebody. So it's I don't understand that, really. But he's obviously so good at that. He really is. To me, like, he is the pinnacle. From what I've heard, I don't know him and I've never met the guy, but from what I've heard, he is the pinnacle, and he's everything that we should all be aiming for. And the best of it was he selling anything on Twitter? Did he have a service? Was he giving plans on trades? Was he giving referral links for, you know, IG Index or spread bets or crypto or anything like that? Was he doing anything? Was he putting videos on YouTube with a confused face on about how he's won or lost money? Like, no. Why? Because he was fucking smashing the markets. That's why. Now, that's what I want to be doing. And I might be completely deluded and it might not happen, but that is what I want to be doing. What about the IB on Euro GBP, Mark? Looks interesting. He was too busy making millions trading. Exactly, David. Exactly, buddy. And that's what I want to do. I wouldn't mind a bit of that. And I think I've got the ability to. I really do. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I do think I've got the ability to. I just need the opportunity to get to that level. But you only get to that level by proving yourself at this level, don't you? So that's what my goal is, basically. mechanical trading systems. Have you tried automating your ideas via Pro Real-Time? If you're interested, give me a shout. Native language is really simple and allows you to test your ideas quickly. That's good. I might look into that, mechanical trading systems. Do you follow me on Twitter? This is the issue that I've got with mechanical trading, though. Mechanical trading systems is your name, right? Okay, so if I made my strategy mechanical, and I can do, there is a mechanical system that I've got for it. That whoever I share that mechanical strategy with, and it might be Pro Real-Time, IG might be looking at that. They might be looking at it and thinking to themselves, this strategy this guy's got makes money. We're going to start using that. We can see what he's doing. So like the back end of it worries me. Like who else is watching it? You know, how can you, even the programmer that you showed it to, like if it's making money and he can see that it's making money, he's going to use it. Well, what happens if he starts selling it? What happens if he repackages it and sells it? And this is why I'm so hesitant to go fully automated. Like with IG, sometimes I just enter a trade just for the sake of it. It might not be a big winner or a loser. It might just be 10 quid or 5 quid, but it just makes them think that I'm doing something different and I'm having some losing trades with some other areas, or you know, like, so I don't want them knowing fully what I'm doing. You just got to be careful, haven't you? Because like if you're a winning trader with IG, you're not telling me that they haven't got people that are looking at what you're doing. I'm very careful about that stuff. I really am. I try and be very careful about like work out roughly by the end of it what I'm doing. So I don't mind that. If you're willing to sit and watch every day and you can pick up what I'm doing, brilliant. I don't mind that. Fair play to you. You've put the work in. But for me to just go to Pro Real-Time, give them my strategy mechanically, and they can see that it wins, well, brilliant. I thought that Edgewonk was another one. Like them guys have the threes in again. It seems to be at certain times. Are we back? No, I've got the yellow banner again. It seems to be around 50 minutes, doesn't it, where it starts to happen? Because I don't think I've ever got through an hour on any of my videos. Right, yeah, so you can hear me, guys, anyway, so I'm just going to keep talking for the last 5 minutes, right? So Edgewonk, yeah, let's get into what they do. They offer everybody a service where you put your strategy on Edgewonk. It's very clever what they've done. So they've got thousands of traders putting their strategies on, their entries, exits, stuff like that, how they enter the market, how they get out the market. Now, do you think for 1 minute the guys that are winning, they aren't looking at their edge and thinking, bloody hell, like a bit of that, I'm going to start doing it? Are you on dial-up internet? No, BT, broadband. I don't think it's my internet, buddy. I think it's my PC. I think it's OBS software. Because I constantly get like a decent signal on my internet. I think it's my desktop and OBS. Software sucks. But I'm going to get off now, guys. I will see you tomorrow morning. And tomorrow morning I will be on my Mac. I'll have to go and try and sort it out later on today so that I can get it to share public to private. Because at the moment my Mac was on private. Now if I can get it to move over to public today, I will be on my Mac tomorrow morning. I did have it all set up. Shortage euro, pound. Good lad. Awesome. I hope it works out for you, Trader Z. Good stuff. So yeah, it's gone, guys. So I'm going to get off. I will see you tomorrow morning again. And hopefully get this streaming issue sorted. What's your upload speed? I'll see that on OBS, won't I? Right. So at the moment it says encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings or using a faster encoding. It says CPU at 2.7% and 60 frames per second. KBS 2680. So I don't know what that means, obviously. Is it my camera? Is my camera too high sort of